Hello, it was your for livestock farming in Ghana. Sometimes, it pray much harder. If we say feeding system, and animals feed, yeah, they do be an hoarding. But there are some types of livestock to be say, we and one feeding in cost too much compared to others. Let me take you for example. Say a common a hochero na say be a woyɛ poultry farmer na say wontimi nto feed ma o layers ya enya effect e wo layers so. But there's some animals bi so a say ahochire bi kraba for just 2 days and so 1 day kwana you can still find some types of feed ya betimi nyama wo ma eye organically eye sustainable eye free a betimi nyama wo mo abra wo yede wo mo na wo yede and suffer too much. And one of the livestock can was any rabbit farming. And I can say it's a rabbit farming, right? Recently in Ghana, no, a booming. There are many people or more rabbit farming. And there's much reason for you to stop on this video now it's here to the end. Because sometimes, hearsay, and I say just watching the video on YouTube, this is profitable. This is what I'm making to make millions of cedis, and yet enough for you to start. And yet enough for you to start. For you to be prepared, also know why, how, and what are and business say agri business or say business no. You need to know why where they upesa where they share here. And also upesa okum. What ya in here wa obetimi dia share here and how to start. So a quite fast way they so when that those three things here. Now when your basic knowledge can one. I can tell you, say, no matter what the challenges you will face, bibi anywhere wabembebu na bibi any also bit say okay majai ayede my eto. So today say if it's your first time in the SOS Entrepreneur Hub YouTube channel, yeah, kindly subscribe it or asewa nemia all notification. SOS Entrepreneur Hub YouTube channel na aye channel bia yeboa ema omo mo pese omo ko omanim no ko omanim e wo farm mu agri business dim and side of entrepreneurship and leadership because remember self leadership is key for you to succeed in life. Your leadership wa enye say obi e wo power nko na mmombo kra na me okasa no we leader in your own life. Inti SOS ye no, there's more reasons for you to subscribe to this channel and support our journey. And then you say finally a livestock business you can control on a small budget. That's why we are here. Here hundreds of thousands and some I shall say. And you better and suffer aqua farms. When one of the experts here, Omuwo Rabbitry farming in Ghana. Onia Mr. Dan aqua farms penny and so baba bekan home. But so far before say Mr. Dan beba no so the more insight beba no. Yema aqua farms akwaba. Na yen in shasi from there. Obeni Vivajo akwaba.
Mejo so.
Meji se wan da bibia
Boko na monso
Ya mi adom yes so ye ho ye. Ene bushefo mama na emma ye maame adwoa. Maame abena me pacho me akwaba wani diem. Mama min kasem kakra bi mfa ho. Maame abena obi a o share ni rabbit farm ase. Ako boss this year na last year.
February this year.
Okay, yeah. Mami abena aya mami adwa santo aye nyina yinim no. O share ni rabbit farm ase this year, February. Na particular thing ama mani age ne say mi wodwo na call by video columns a video call the assembly ya. Yeah, me mami nani age denden a why there o de chem se hwe ma aboa na find the why there. Wow. From February or shas here or the man be in the shas here. baako wu ya oba baako na eka no so ma be ma no kwan ene wa dey waforo no enti ye maame dey na ba mu bui enti ofre ye nua akofams ka je say akofams ba be fa wo ba Rabbitry na fa wo nko enti akofams was ready to go so dey akofa emwa na dey asako back Kumasi and maame abra sorry no pase okọ akọkọ na aduane edi na okọ na dwuma a okoye a aboa no na otutu no gu bebrebe ya wonu no what is wrong okohwe ya aboa na o man ho kwan ema yamfro no why dey wawo. So let me tell you, say sometimes there will be challenges, but if you persist and you know the reason why your person o course agent mu na nkundie odia me frame me video call na ni age me so ni age pa because and then akasa dey be kasa for Rabbitry wo ana bo no so aye dey age mama ye mami enti ni je enti ba me abra ye mwakwaba mami Mary ye mwakwaba nyame nshira pa ye mami abra mami Mary wo cassava organic cassava ewo insawe mu ile ati no nyame adba September ye no obehyaase aye etu enti se wo hwe cassava anaso pesa wo de ye gere na so ne partner and one so obehwe mechira kwa na me de mami number ya mawo Mr. Ringon nyame nshira Kumasi for ye de Aqua Farms. Rabbit farming, is it profitable or not profitable?
Okay. First of all, may I see this opportunity. Osai Ediamami. Maminda SOS community ni nyinaa efrim penny for ba ajedu of amenu Mr. Felix. And penny for keka ho nyinaa ba be si wo ankasa of Charles also. Ade ba for mu nyinaa no. Ye beda obi ase. Se mu nyinaa mu pene so ma kwan se nden so. Yes, we match the name kakra in the agri sector. My muha. Na your specialty in Rabbitry. The of a chance to be some question we asking say question in the right place. Yeah, you just put the question in the right place.
Yeah.
Now tackling the question, make us a subjective. Be it profitable or not, it depends on how you are doing it. Obia was saying here, was starting business, but if you are me say every business it has its own principle. You either live by the principle or you outlive the principle. If you live by the principle, then you get the benefit of that business. When you live outside of the principle, that means you are not going to get anything meaningful from the business. And it could be profitable for somebody. It may not also be profitable for the other, depending on the spectacular or the airship. For instance, Abia or be starting a Rabbitry, or starting with 4 females and 1 male. Or ne cage kakra bia afi say ebeye okay e de amano na wahwe ne feeding bibia eye according to proportion and as a proportionate measurement. Sanipa no, anything that is leaving the farm is calculated, so he or she knows how to price the animals according to the standard market. Also so obenya customers to patronize him or her. Somebody may also start at a different level. Obeke can numbers ni bia boom or 15 year abakoto rabbit be abe or best start with be about 20 rabbits. Only knowledge be about the business. On now 20 rabbits na fin any better na I wanna a delay not rough. So that person will come back to say there's no profit in rabbit business. but the also so eto ne bo ase a oye no kakra no ono so etimi ascale pick it up I feel honest who's a profit room. So in my perspective, I would say whether it is profitable and I say you're profitable, no, how you start it counts a lot. How you start it counts a lot. And that will be my answer to that question.
Wow, how you start count a lot. Okay, so maybe I say how you start to count a lot there. How can we start? How can we start?
Okay. So the medical kind every business be no here so here. Yeah, papa, Obeda Kukan be said, we don't start business or we don't do business as an absentee-minded person. Business now come no. Do you have control over it? What's the business and the system and the structures? Not here saying. Say, unyati systems and structures na era ne wo business ni muna. Asia. Then, and now with me a business name. But we don't enter into any business without having first-hand information about it. And how to start, now what I will say is that first, we here say ubenya adequate knowledge and san them. Don't just enter into rabbit farming without knowing anything about it. Or just may training on somebody's farm. And so I'm me post on my TikTok handle and so and this person is very, very interested in doing the farming. But because not only more information about it, so the person now could see in sort of will cause a lot of startup losses. Me cost no crime free nipa no. But from my experience, me share one make me say if we want to streamline things, they no more go acquire more. Ombo kakra no about 10,000 deal. A bit my loss startup losses at the man. So now he called on us to come and then put things in place. So what it means is that 10,000 Ghana cedis is gone. I feel the eba put it structure normal. Na ya system na fi bibia firm. So in this way, he has lost 10,000 approximately. Basenka ahyase na nanka owo nimdie ewo ntiasie wo mu a menyi ni senka obebo sa aka no. It could even be more because the animals on the farm now yin here or mono. If all of them are pure breeds, we will just need to do away with 5 animals. And if all of them are pure breeds, each one costs 3,000 Ghana cedis or more. So I'm taking the 3,000 cedis. That's almost 5, which is 15,000. But I'm just suspecting some of them not to be pure breeds. So what I say? And to start with, first, we hear adequate knowledge. We should obey research. Ben will be a onimu na wachirechiro. Afe, the next thing you have to do is do not compromise on quality. Rabbitry, we don't compromise on quality. The moment you compromise on quality, when they say you are setting yourself to fail. You are setting yourself up for failure because Rabbitry and Moabia are very delicate. So omo housing, omo feeding, omo day-to-day management are very, very important. There are animals who can harbor diseases for a month. Or harbor sad disease for a month. The moment a disease will show out, you have 20% chance of survival. So I also will need a call all the time. And a quality make cages, make breeding stock, na maka feed. Rabbitry, very cheap to start, very affordable and as a low capital venture business. And one F crown one to crabbitima tobacco bear 500, 300 cities on the low. But cages are expensive. Because if you want to get the best of your animals, give them the best place to sleep. Because that's going to be the place where they are going to spend all their lives before they die. It is one man baby pan da. And also so all my returns are a papa. So anytime, any day, when you are starting rabbits, apart from learning about it, the next thing is that you don't compromise on quality cages. If you really want to do, no matter how much the cages cost, do well as much as possible. Say, over to me, I can crave your home. Akos Farm started with 30-room cage because I had the capacity to put up that edifice. Men can say Akos started with 30-room cage, and it also started with 30-room cage. It may not be of help. Ebi anawa holding into me said ye me to me no. In as much as I started with 30-room cages, no, I started with just 5 animals, 4 females and 1 male. So I started with 4 females and 1 male. Now, or 50 doe units after 2 years. It makes me started with 10 doe units. Emma 10, member 2. And I started with Emma 20, member 5. Ebiana unim diana ikura uno. Enti me nhwe someone from the first start. So in that case, picky kakra na wa hoden beso no. Na fe manage womo whilst they give birth, then you expand your farm slow. So first, learn about it. Second, do not compromise on quality. Then number 3, start from the bottom. Start from the bottom. Don't start from the middle of the ladder. Me who so be a fraud actually I shall say free. Yes, shall say free form kakra. And it start free form. Ebia say 3, say 5, say 2. Send your one who are dealing with nim die mube to me as start ya yeno. Na fi ode ne kakra sa anawoko. Ebasa usika na odi wura mu no enye ka emfa ma for just me that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That means the power of starting small.
Sure.
Okay, that's it. Boss, now, challenges and I say challenges in him.
Any pabra ba ye bokra ne how we move over just.
Until what are some challenges you be betting my face or rabbit farming?
In Rabbitry, there are a lot of challenges that we can come across with. Some of the challenges will have to do with breeding scarcity. So we can't breeding scarcity. A bit me do baby. One common by heat crown wet me across a warm. A do a bit me so by heat or crossing any successful. A bit me so about outbreak of diseases. Marketing of the produce is another challenge. Then financing and also fear another challenge. There are a lot of challenges in rabbit business, but I always say if you are able to manage it well, if you're able to keep the situation under control, say a statistic a background na do na with me as so no answer na ekesi, unless say bia utu na jejemu and ebeje wonsem.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Also, how far the market?
All
the
right.
demand and the marketing.
Initially, time I started and I can make my marketing 2/10. in terms of publicity. But right now, I can say the publicity we have is we scored about 8/10. A lot of people have gotten the idea. Just that the understanding needs to sink more. You will have something like poultry. Akoko no ohia for poultry farmer ni hia so obeye bohu dawuro bia brosu bia. The moment obinya hu say poultry farm ni na be 2 months later or conversion koko na ready for marketer. And I kuruma ye na ma ye we pa ye miens aye be 4 fish akoko nantwie na aponche. These are the basic meat aye we okuruma. And to be a penama sa 4 we na ni was. But ye sha say omo ye swine no pigs no omo tumi manage ya ewurem kakra nti now attention has gotten to piggery and other stuff like those who do the bush meat and other stuff. Then what about kind of saying rabbitry too? And yet the same to say what other meat now as imagine the base no and yet the same. And to say rabbit farming more. One thing you also have to learn is the rabbit business. You have to create your own market yourself, sustain it, make sure say o customer will lose because when 10 people are there, when you meet 10 people, all of them are your potential customers. But the question is, how many of them can you sustain? And then when you now bit me at 12 free ho, and would do send a beka at the beyond 12 free ho. So the market to a strategic, and it is more dependent on who is selling. That is where we come in with the market. Obi, I'm for framing. Pharmacos, my rabbit 1 year near minya market, menton be that. But just work on the Facebook and the TikTok page, and I say any other was social media handle. No, work on that and come back okuranda. But when I frame me say, why are danko for so long when your market no? Uko who are danko on my page, and tina frame me. But who page are danko now? A better no be who sell to danko. And then my entire me nama adanko dem neshe me. Me share my tadi adanko dem most often.
So fairly.
Oh, fairly I then.
And the better again now pen me pen on the so to me the match.
Okay, and then they say again or bow on the benum suada. You see, I was just say yam fire share brand share and same when we want to do business. You better to say smoke no. We will always be coiling around. Coiling and coiling and coiling. We will not make any meaningful impact. When I started this business, I didn't know how to market it. Now, on him say, it maybe a demand it me, but he ain't meet demand. No. I have this friend. He's a doctor. Now, or supply this Chinese restaurant in Kumasi, Royal Park. Omo in Kumasi de omonim. Ewa honjo. Now, no, omo 10 meat rabbits every Thursday. Thursday neighbors one. Na pressure gu madam for you so. Ono mu beti me receive be 5. 5 na aka na or pack ho no. Na ye problem. Ebeti mi so dru baby demand the no kra emma enso na wo mboa na gu ho no. There we come in with what we call the value addition. All these things you have to learn it. Tina me say unya adwene nya ba rabbit farming ape eso adwene sai call rabbit business. Me then na ma add value. Sebe ya obi a obi a me wo emwa no go sisi e me wo mo 20 percent omo nyina e meat. Omo be di abo meka. Kwan be na me fa so am add value. I meet me if you preservation, meet me preserve for a long time. And I say meet me man are you attractive to somebody within the shortest possible time? I'm an all these things come to play. So the moment you do it like that, then you're okay. Don't worry.
Say yes, I say na me can ye maami abena a challenge no share no. Suppose say we new member na say we obi afa na wa betim ene message na wo pese wo share say na de we aka nyina fefe moni age na wako share challenge bi ti say de ye maami abena ko share bi ebusuafo ye maami abena share ni rabbit farm ase February ene 14 August afa na aboa ba ko atimi awo emami no ode om share ase ba ko unfortunately efiri mu eno de it can happen ba ko won so oba ba ko no won so a won so say o ma be ma ne kwan da eno de ketemo 70 ye nkan asem bebrebe enti no eba sei na ebe dey ena wetimi anya courage say obekọ anim akipu ma fedi emwa no ana say die na wo so wo ye so obi anya resilience ya ma me adwo anya e bia mpacho
but just with us be answer na no providing resilience. Famadan will join the live very soon. Nah, Famadan he started with pure breed. Na boba kuno friend a grandma. A more almost started in a we or tomboa 5 or muna woman car on unqua. So he still needed to go and buy another stock. Not a barbeca home member and money in a woman a car barbacope. So he still needed to go and buy another. Why? Because he was resilient and he was determined. For instance, Madam Santua de Ayeke say me hwe another 14th na che say me wie cages no e stock mboa na ankasa no and then 6 months pepe. Because me wie adwuma no on the 14th of February. Yeah, me date me bibia so me kai me. I remember I left Kumasi on the 12th of February. And I make a year jumano. So by 13, 14, you know me bibia. And 6 months today, I feel when you babies or farm ho. I see. But what you need is that when you have adequate knowledge, and one thing I like about Madame Asantua is that she's always learning. Whether she calls me or not, she's always learning, trying to get more knowledge about them. With my friend, Nana, Abuano, this is the situation. But I'm research and information saying the mania a year. A beboa. You understand? And the Sanipa we say on a bad day and a bambu. And the Onya Sahabo train because she was learning. But the own piano, there be a panicky. There be a hoover bono. And the afraid you obey and say, I wasn't a bamboo crying. Ebu. Ubet menya rabbit on your farm. Ubet medi. Obama one I will grow, especially at the first the wild grown, ya one our farm. 1 minute 4 months to 5 months. That's why good for crossing. Ubet me determine, ubet me try this. This situation, that one or Madame Santua farm. I have the same one of the same mother. On also basis Abraham no can say. Yentimin crossing. Or hit, all right. What did my bear no or no mafro bear man? Say over my bear man from no party or boy. And also start line of breeding in now wash here. So you makuma kubu momu did them. But or started someone also started so or what? Almost I'm one or would this or would and ne. Man bear 1 week over or sound heat. Or the number bear crossing. Before sending man crab every ready so better woman no was the second time. You understand? And the challenges in the there are a lot of them, but you need to be resilient, very, very resilient, and then also you learn more.
Abusiafo me sure wa wutie ye se why ready say and then komo ye die no wa be share o rabbit ase e wo o backyard anase bia o one plot to be so a comment section ase mamenya no mam send me message see e comment section ase se why ready say willing say o person share say and ye kase ya mami ho na e take disadvantage me da ase opening
Ovajas.
mami muso ase mo say so se me ka se me share rabbit farm ase a na me ye bi a teacher ni ana say me ye bi a me nurse ana say me obi a me 95 adwuma. How can I manage all these things, with the little time I'm work? Me ka say I'm say a family man ana say bi a me won kwara me about time won kwara ya nkiti.
Okay. The mechanic said rabbits is less stressful to keep.
Okay.
One attribute about rabbits is that they are nocturnals. Ye kasa abo bi nocturnal odidi anajo and also active anajo than oye in the day. And the abo oye nocturnal biya no. Yana research say it is best to feed them late in the evening. Me farmer bako kasai around be 7:30, 8 years. I feel no ku feeding him boy. Because all the feed in the crowd guman or pakrana, they will not even mind you. Odika crab, you know, a jadi akanina. But the beguman you rain. At the end, na cage in the empty. Obet me stuff it or cage with a lot of hay. The next morning, nina ako. So, oye ubia, oye 9 to 5. Any other profession bia oye piano. Rabbits is very easy to keep them. Odiane say, bia. Time out the sorry no ma be about 30 minutes can home till let's say you wake up at 6 o'clock, you should wake up now at 5:30 for 30 minutes in fact cleaning cages nim na say then you leave them, you make sure you provide clean water and then clean environment for them. When you give them that clean environment and clean water, you can leave them for the whole of the day. Abia, they say how I feed them. I feed once in a day, both the formulated feed and the mash. I feed just once a day, and that once a day. Okay, Famadan is in the studio now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That once a day, no. I make sure I give them formulated feed and then enough hay. That enough hay na me de ma wo mo no. Ade be china kakra wo. Enti media ne se make clinic cage nim. Na afei ma make sure so omo wonsu. Sa hay na aka o cage nim na me nyi mfrim. Omo be dai no ho kakra sa kosisa ade be sa. Then enwumre na ma feed omo biem. Enti se oyo bi a wo any other profession bia na person your rabbit farming na, you can choose to do with this method I'm doing. Hey, no bit me ko twa ne bebre no abed dry e bia say Saturday na war off and I bia we nurse ni and we teacher ni or vacation like this time. We nurse while run a shift see over 1 day or 2 days off. So that days now they were off no. Go get some hay or contract some people to get you some hay. Dry it. Now if you go on, you can be feeding it with them small. Before you realize you are good to go. When you bet in our farm, no, I take it shape. I'll cry no them who know how you even got it done. So what I'm saying is that a job is very easy to start, but all you need to do is pay attention to what you are doing.
Okay. Orinya whatever me the question be about to share. Hey, eja kwa me no penny kwa me. O de me chia why. Te chiro
My
le to
boss.
boni bra. Open. Wa odi ye boss wa ba no obusa question di me de ba. O say How can you be successful as a absentee rabbit farmer? What should be your process in order to be profitable? Thanks.
Okay, a very, very good question. Very, very good question. See that, my name no. Pa. As an absentee farmer, the most important thing is that you get a credible hand to take care of the farm. When I say a credible hand, somebody who can be truthful to you all the time. Somebody who is committed to the job he or she is doing. Ebasa, that person, and also the person must also have that passion. You see, it is different to have vision. There are people who give birth to vision, and there are people who carry out the vision. The fact that you gave birth to the vision might not be the same that one out the vision by one I saw carrying it out. There should be somebody who can be a career for you. It could be you, it could be other person. And the nipana or taking care of the farm, no. How well does the person understand the vision that you hold? You may have a very good vision, but if it falls in the hand of the wrong person to nurture that vision, your vision might not be useful. You might have a scrappy vision, but because the vision landed in the hands of a capable person, the person will be able to shape it and then make it meaningful for people to understand. And as an absentee farmer, they also can hear Nipana Odi Wachijana no. How trustworthy is the person? Then, how does the person understand vision now? This thing does not apply to only rabbit farm. It applies to I would say every business at all. Se nipa na odu achi jano no onya tiasie no ono ya adwene nko adia. Afei, now it comes to on how to start. So as an absentee farmer, you don't start big. You don't start like 10, 20, 15 animals. At least your maximum you should go is 5 as an absentee farmer. Now, farm hand na or take care no. What they are steady or they saw the issue deals or they also they study how or till vision nasi. And you won't say 3 no whenever also na or 20. And I say issue BC farm on fence you because medical can say also a trustworthy. Ebia boba wow 5. Nimbano 5 ni. The person should be able to gather the courage and tell you that Abwa we were 5 now so Ebia due to ABCD Nimbana eden and I say Ebia o crossing no o expecting so but time no person won't say crossing and yes successful. Tell the farmer, the owner, don't keep the information to yourself. And the media as an absentee farmer there, the advice is that first you need to get somebody who understands your vision. If the person has a different opinion to your vision, it's going to be very difficult for you to work with that person.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think say you better run 2 questions now for because in the idea you wait me a chair for some reasons here or me side. On say idea ba kwa na wokan say me wie na say me market here. What kind of ideas here ubetimi ama me 2 or 3 ideas here me betimi di I guess me anya market kwa na me betimi either idea I support me on my farm na sustainable patcho.
Okay. What I would say is that, like I earlier said about the value addition.
Yeah.
And see, ebia why a rabbit or baby saba. Now the babies are our profits. In Rabbitry, your babies are your profits, and your feed is your seed money. So feed now the mono. First, what cost the feed no? Who say feed no boy say. I also know the cost aboa per day. You should know that. So we need the cost of feed aboa per day, even including the hay. Last week Saturday, me faka eko mfensi ekutwa hay. Now me kutwa hay no. Me free mfensi eba kasika. Jamie saying. Me everything, all the costs involved, I'm doing hay ni nyinano. How long would that hay be used? As a mitimi hunu emredo do ibedi. Na mitimi dividing or by sa expenditure na me incur, you know. If I'm able to get used to that, metisa system na say afi me ba memo an pricing so. Obacha se bi wonu ma enya marketing any wonu mo bi wonu ma overpricing mwa. Obi so ton mwa pa but huska because or underprice it. So overprice here, customer on we dwane agyaw. So underprice here, nipa be dwane aba ho pa on beto mwa. Ba obi bi no nyes kan fan to feed, unyes kan fan farm maintenance. Enti first of all, there's a your pricing system. And it all depends on your feed cost. Me use broiler concentrate in the day feed. How much does a bag of broiler concentrate cost? How much does a bag of maize cost? How much does a bag of wheat bran cost? How much does a bag of rice bran cost? How much does it cost me to get cowpea hay? Then how much does it cost me to get groundnut chaff? When you know the ingredients I do feed, you know. Now let's see. I'm going to give specific amounts according to my last feed. I'm here. Meto broiler concentrate is now 650 Ghana cedis. Baby, I'm no. Wheat bran is now costing 120 Ghana cedi per bag. Over to 4. Maize, yellow maize now they feed, you know. A bag 50 kg, you know, is costing 220 Ghana cedis, and also beto 2. Rice bran 90 cedis, and also beto 2. Then groundnut chaff. Groundnut chaff, me turn Kumasi, me turn 100, but me turn Obuasi, me turn 50 cedis. But I turn Obuasi, I declare Skabeka Hono, then the Kumasi the in I pay. So I buy rice bran 100 Ghana cedis. Mubasha or Tamale only no supply me cowpea hay. Cowpea hay no. Eba bedru Kumasi bia na a bag bia 1 bag bia a cost 150 Ghana cedis. And also so be used. So I also ultimate tablet is a normal way who said this is the cost of the feed now me prepare no. Ma prepare me feed we e mo asen na me dey kwa koma wo. How long is this feed going to last? And sana my next feed. How many animals can I produce within that time range? We are now if what be all the surprise na nyina to ho. Now accounting more do also call on the market. No bisa who say how much are you going to sell this one each one? Ubenya profit because also so no juma labor cost it won't be. And you know that is where the profit should come in. And let's assume that the feed alone, everything costed. Let me round it like 2,000 Ghana cedis. Because for instance, we are yam maize no, yam rice bran no, and sana what media mix it. And you know my main for small transportation if be and count I mean rounding in 2,000 Ghana cedis. A bit to me On my farm, 50 doe units. Right now, I have 260 animals in total. And Kitwani akesiye nyina omoye 260. Oh, sorry. Mr. Dan is want me and get into the studio. And I was say, Utimi who say, okay, so I was using, let me use my own. I have 260 animals on my farm. Now say me yes, I feed where feed no all together 2 tons. So I feed na me no. Me weigh I also me 2 tons. 260 animals no. Obia di ebidi 100 grams, ebidi 50 grams, ebidi 120 grams, ebidi 150 grams. Lactating mother 150 gram. Pregnant rabbit 120 gram. Normal day growers 100 grams. Winners 50 grams. And 50 gram no saying 100 gram no saying. Me calculate me use my farm calculation. Every 100 gram cost me 50 pesos. Every 100 gram beer cost 50 pesos. And what it means that the OD 50 grams no OD 25 pesos. Near OD 150 grams no OD 75 pesos. Obedi no for how long? And sana mete so and I'm the baby can home. I was a wunya sa tabulation when you know pricing. And to be we able say okay. And then I'm a ton adanko baako 300 Ghana cedis for meat. 350 or 400 Ghana cedis for breeding stock. Where we have a market. 1, social media. Now it is the most powerful marketing tool. TikTok is a free range market. There's not many restrictions compared to YouTube. Facebook is another free range market. I think it's me and YouTube in a complex kakra. By YouTube, TikTok and Facebook no post here and then I'm going for FYP move straight away now chron. And no I'm our coverage. But mentia see money minim diemuno. Meka achira will say, men train man rabbit and you're ready for market and son or started the one to abontiam will be a home. Visibility is key at the early stages. Now people knows me a lot. But the truth of the matter is that I started even advertising before semi joining 2 pieces of wood together semi-constructed cage. Ada adwene ne ba me trima na me de ma graphic designer say onye flyer mami. Akos Rabbit Farm. That was his name in the business name no proper. It was Akos Rabbit Farm. And I mean rabbit pictures or social media internet and also the man so I'm from Guso. Then I started throwing it out on the media. And yet Rabbit Farm can need TikTok account. Now me created TikTok account. Then I initially posted myself a little bit. And iba hona minya some few followers na then me started saying me to rabbits na fam. Ni nyina na me cage nye ready. Na me nyan share farm na say. Then I was putting it out there. People were asking me how much, where can location, how much locations until the moment a rabbit ebeye available on my farm no. So obi ba onim say me ko ha menya bi. Me ko ha menya bi. Nti sa nipa no ba odi an say bobo modi an say be provide bi amano. So visibility. Then 2, value addition. And try madam couldn't doubt cage moon do a be an insane. What the 4 months? Ordinary see skills no. Away 2.5, away 2.3. On tons are one for breeding stock, overturn for meat. Obia nyamai. What do? You either slaughter it and keep it in the freezer, or you do canvassing. Maybe a canvassing pa. One am one be good if I don't percent me tonwa. No one could be on my omato be the one of my friend or more phones. Me to own more as a wee be and I was me time on with him come. or why am I afraid? Me too, catch you, and I didn't didn't come on here and the corner. Then I'll keep the friendship. Oh, baby, so on more to say, Abia, my former workplace, me to me call branch be. Abia branch be a many family, meantime, call no my cost round. Yo, Charlie, rabbit me to make cause my share material than could them. My share me child and could them. And to be called, you can want to other way and come. And the first question, Abeba. Me say yes. Me to her, saying, before I say, feel mentor, I can be an amateur, meet be a bear 3 and 2. And see, one casa found who Jimen train market, no market in the amount. In our previous interview, I said it. You have to create the market, force your own market. Go out there, look out for your market. And definitely you will get somebody who will buy. Obi pebiato, onimbe bebenye biato. I was using only Facebook and TikTok. Now see, I may add the YouTube can. I'm telling you, people that are calling me from YouTube, they are almost equaling the calls that are coming from Facebook. TikTok, they are so far far advanced compared to Facebook and YouTube. People that are calling me from YouTube is almost equal to those that are calling me from Facebook. Show yourself out there, come out. And then I think when you do so, people will get to know you. And then learn how to smoke. Mami can't say we overcharge. And I know me who will be our tongue in Punam or Momoton Tom Bushmeat near that. Na adanko ye twemu mienu. I say 500 Ghana cedis. Or no Tom Puna one year adanko. Mami ni bisas we adanko we 500 adanko na me depa we dinam. Full rabbit or that me cage moon drew 500 Ghana cedis for meat. But no now no turn am no. Akwakoto di obi ekunu aho adry na ma na ye kama no. Half or turn of 500 Ghana cedis. And they are not quite catching me say me who say then me kwana me farmer no and I'm not getting profit because obi or turn keke. Wakoto no obi nsem no obeto me turn 500 Ghana cedis there. Then if I add more value to it, and on the ginger me start say me here grilling and smoking. No. So my advice to everyone is that learn how to add value to their produce. Whatever that you are producing, in this case, rabbits, learn to add value to it. And I'm very sure the moment you start doing it, you start seeing results for that.
Boss, 2 questions now. Me that. So me that say. Obi beka say me wakra. Mini hey ni bia na wakano. Ana capital no so no so. Intimate fidi omo with the their preparation one. Who advice be waiting them omo wo cities na omo ni aje so mpeso me be bat. Omo men hey nti no say akoye san hwe na akwakoye too cost no feeding na akoye too much.
Okay. With the hay, no quite me, either say obepe omo ton feed ni bi na wato ewo ho. Obi prepare hay ton. You understand? Or no omo share that bia na omo twa na omo de aba market. And only one option I wait me dey nya hay no bi. And then number 2, say offer on feature out. Every 5 different leaves be a be I make my catch say move 4 a rabbit aduane.
Okay.
Only that you have to know the right proportion to give. We have something like mango leaf. We have the moringa leaves. We have boko leaves. We have scent leaf. We have bitter leaf, pawpaw leaf, cassava leaf, potato vines. All these ones we use it to feed rabbits. Just that you have to know the proportion in which to give. nti ebi as a potato na person ode ma, then you just do a research about it, know how to give it to them. Say mango leaves, you do your research about it, see the negative effects or the side effects and the positive effects on it before you give it to them. If you overfeed them, what could be the consequences for overfeeding that kind of leaf? And the mechanism, rabbit feed, no, this is how the system is. 85% hay in it there, 85%, 10% green leaves, 5% formulated feed. It is a one year formulated feed now when you green leaves in the hay in crana, you are still good to go.
Okay. That's it. Me bacho o contact. Any be awo for fee you dey say you know nyina no ye hu say be bit my.
Okay. Right. Me wo Kumasi be chronom or chronom. Me be Adonko factory. Me ye farm consultation. Me ye farm setup. Me ye training. And open meetings so all events, a year wedding, and the other friend as open meter. You be process, you be grill, and I be smoke you in whichever way you want it. Open a kebabs, Nina, you be near the abrel. To meet your standard, just let us know the number you want and we provide accordingly. Wait me a friend on 0546 0546 230 734 0546 230 734. Watch us. My number no.
Okay, 0546230734 bachen one.
Me watch no.
Okay, that's it. Ebusian for said ye was saying mre na odi enigye na da bia so ye nyina na wa say no abechichiri mu akire no. Eye just a year kra ana say bia for occasion o pese onsusu tasty how is it here ansa na wo be yen bia wa ye biwa ma wo adye ya frɛ akɔ farms number no na me ansa me so me de to won frɛ na ye dey epe akɔ farms na me be ye dey ewe me dey be buy no ma baba wi bi onu ana ye ma me take away. Okay, for mo fan na afe na ye boss o pay mu no so akɔ farms the o training akɔ farms man be akɔ farms no what team be kan yensa onya challenges kakra enti moma ye ma ye boss mre no so kakra bi o wo ma ye no obetimi dia ma ye na atima shen kran no no so atima kire bia na chi wo because e din kan na ye live last I think say last Thursday and no
That was
Sunday,
Sunday.
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 Last Sunday, yeah, our TikTok. Enti wa wan hwe bi ni de kafra. Kafra. O de ba still na no mo numbers de e wo a obetima hwe o macha kwanti. Boss, obeni Mr. Dan, bacho mo ni de mo kwa ba.
Oh, Mr. Charles, wait there. I'm very, very sorry for the inconvenience. I think it was the network challenges because by 8:20, my prepare. But the mistake that I do was that I should have tried the link, but I was just waiting to 8:30. 8:30 do a mid try. I was finding it so difficult. So, for Chemi, if you want, you can reschedule the any day that of your choice.
Mr. Dan, SOS you fee. Anytime be na you think say o bi abeso ne enuanom be share na utimi eye dey ma ye master wo mu because what I want to say me be say obi bia no at least sa enam meet ni de meat bi ho a wose etimi nya bi wo fie nye se de bia na wose yi botom sika onti sa ne ma wo nya ye knowledge bi a so obi ti we SOS na se wo opportunity a e wo so otimi ye bi wo ne backyard se ye udua cassava na wo ye nkukọ na wo ye we se no na ntwi ne ntimi ye backyard a na nye rabbit na nye bi akụkọ nti tawa pa bia no se wo firi se wo pese wo sade knowledge bi ana so be maye amawa yi bia na yi ha ye kwane de ana se ye pro de is open nti de wo pese wo di maye bia ene bia no so kakra bia wo bedi ma ba me bia yi ka cheti
one thing person make catch bias and says rabbit farming is the next gold mine.
wow
Rabbit farming is the next gold mine, but a brave womb, but with determination and desire, that you can make your own good money from it. That is what I want to leave everybody who is thinking about Sika woman as Sika. One thing that you have to think about is that if you are coming to start, don't think about na me ba mbenya Sika. If you think that way, you have even failed straight. Oma Sika ni give you first. You have failed before even starting. Because me was here, of course, Kasembia. Mobile mommy bidding or say now boy on to me crossing and blah blah blah.
yeah
Yeah. On a crown person to me crossing. I wanna just chiasi. There is a hope. By I be me to me cut up pure breeze. About no more.
wow
Yeah, no more. And they are quite expensive. But we don't give up. We keep on pushing. Wow. So if you think those things alone, and on kwa bemo abamebu. But if we are inside there with you, a call from Basra, maybe you end of the day you become your own master. Not like it's so easy amount. That mammy now born or complaints on to me crossing me and yammy me to me, yammy to me. Anka yama one come crossing and cause so well. I'll cross it so
me pacho wo tie o
our
o tie o
process so
eti
our process so simple. Membre this animal or at times they use psychology on us. And baby so they don't have that patience. So what I would do to help our mother is that umpe moringa no and ya haba no stems no on into sizes no fun to the cage no obey when the chino he will peel off the back. Now on no say is the animal overweight like wire kasia broswa on reducing na egano no. Na yɛmfa no sɛ ɔde no kɔ nnɛ na wampene a ɛkyi n'akyi like ɔnsan ama no 2 days intervals na ɔnsan fa no nkɔ ɔnyɛ no saa ɛbɛfa ama no.
wow
Yeah. It's not something so difficult and it's no strange. It's no strange. That's how they behave. Some of them they are bossy. Some of them are bossy. So you always have to. That's why I always tell people know your animals like they are your own children. You don't overfeed them. I have already don't put emotion too much attached to them.
Me but one commenting see and until what you
You shouldn't overfeed them. And a man of fact say, "A boy, my manager, we answer that be." You don't put emotions inside. Just give her a little. Oh dear, man, a grass no way. And I promise her, oh yeah, Jamaican, and at times it's not the female. At times back near lazier and the back no, bear man, or you lazier. And this is happen. But on your back, the near dinner, ho, yeah, some kitchen man. So you should also look at the back. You shouldn't backs. So if you overfeed them, they also become lazy as the man. You don't underfeed them. You don't overfeed them.
Wow.
You see, I'm doing something. Put it down. I'm doing something.
Take. I'm gonna go to the gym.
Go out. I'm doing something. Yeah.
Go
Go outside. I'm doing something. Yeah.
So at the end in Pacho, that means say moringa enye say a good nkwame nipa ma a good nsuma animals.
Yeah, it's even helps them to, like a manner like this, it's even help them to get, if they give birth, it helps them to get a lot of breast milk for their babies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And or dry no so some and all the from where my young bunnies it has a lot of protein content. So a buon corano manomo in tente.
Wow. Me
Yeah.
Pacho was say ni bear man woni di kese.
On Jijika say,
Yeah.
but Oya active. Is she aggressive when he's crossing one ordin or back?
Mami abena I didn't know Uma na busa questions if you be here because on
the Obama no call Bano ho ana or the Obano call Bama no ho.
When you know your territory. Hey, Asimuni. Hey. Where you animal science and human science pa all the same nature pa.
Say, you see, all these things are technicalities. You feel like because a simple as an simple, sir. Also, the marketing kitty we are from Adan Kenya and wow, Masu. But one thing is that with all these things, Nina, Madame Santua was doing all these things, just that it was the dude that was stubborn.
Okay.
So how she did it was she left the dough in the back's cage or the Urbana to be man cage in him for some days and we eat. That was how come Utimiya and man crossing and son of
No, but it's a no crampo is not a right thing to do.
Sure.
Because all they do not to bear man cage those backs in the biwa or be boa bana kuno.
A man be crab man.
Me bacho yenya no yenya ya mame no into we mema mami ajwa.
Papa Charles.
Bacho any di mo kwa ba.
Yeah, Bobo dear.
Nyamia no boko. Famadan wa ha. You can't Rabbitry farming no muna I'm say be eja me akọ farms ka ka dem say on the training no ntino so be a what training akọ farms there that means say we hear the presentation bio and share ideas and answer all challenges no now man will be answer na yetimi free so and one thing you say why
Ayo. Yeah, the masin here kwenya. Pebru ni muna eja. Wadaroma, Ako Farms. Ebesra, but me the baby atwam. SOS family ni na ye mo bibi ado. Ya hide ya che papa. It's almost 1 year. So in twa mo so dia na ne minimum dia. But ya take akra. Fisi e belande o Ghana na say ye off and on kakra. Nti ye mo bibi ado. Tifiti February ni mu na ode mo ne bae no. Oba na Alicia na nkasa was 6 months dida. Enti no na enche. Na chese nko we ba hit. Ti emu na baako oba baako na oka ho. Efri mu na beka Alicia ne Billy obema no. Ti omu mi enu ebeka om na na maintain o ma oba hit na ade no ma bema na no akodo nso. Enti na fi maintenance. Enti we yesa edu we bi
Oba
na
hit
fi
na odene ma be ma no wa eden.
o cross ni wi anu a odin beto ni cage ni mu na no adonzo.
Okay, so next time be ma no cross no wi a men you know to cage no. Just hold the ears, then you turn her upside down for some time. Like 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes. Just hold them like that. So
Oh,
for
se
some.
se kwa de after 6 months no wa
Okay, good.
na onye mo
But
eno kwa ne
next time, if something like that happen, if you notice sign of sad doing it here or crossing, we are just hold it upside down. Man, and nine shave now kita no form for some time, then you release it.
Oh, all right. All
Yeah.
right. Ti se se de nani aba fom na Wednesday no. Monday na me nana kasa across e kasa e. Nti na me complain kra so Alisa de wa mama bredo do. Nti mi de me ye kra bu na bam na se se no. Me feeding with natural leaves in any way no na feed ne de. Meto feed na me de ama na be di na home produce de. Ehun hia. Enti make us many design come on Monday. This very week Monday, yeah. And I me go feeding and up. Me feed around 7. Me kwa me prepare boni mu na every 2 days bi me twitwi omo drinkers no etwitwi bucket no. Enti da bia my yes ado we nyina for the past 6 months you. Me hu fa so bia o. Obe na ye koso. Enti Wednesday no na me so we dey me kwa asenkaba. Ansa na mabemo maduane nti me pon asenkaba 11:30. Enti me ba no mabubu moringa bebre na me moringa we dey Alicia bedi no na otwe baako me man feedback kokura. Ti akakra na me ko body enim na me hu se ne hu nwi ni bi ewe bi hia me. Me hu nwi na me peja na me se Alicia wo. Ti me ben cage na me te se e happen oti ya ne ba no baako feel na me se wow. And I'm a fan nursing box no. And I quickly me cover sawdust na me de rag matade e say we no man no na say ni hu mi no tutugu cage ni mu no. Me sisa ni nyina agu mu na me de me nsa robi na chi saa ansa na me fa ne ma no e de omagum. Na ade ba kwa me realize ne say quickly me friend na to aso na me nya no. Say na be me say o se ko meeting bi o se den na me friend no na me nya no. Me konya friend bi nso a ono nso ye bi o ye me friend way back in Akachi somewhere 2010. Me who so na so posti rabbit na me busa so ye bi. Ti me frefro ono nso anfa asat na akro no ka de wan return me call. Ti na me ho yira me. Me nim ne menye. E na me quickly me fa me phone na me call YouTube. E na me search me nya videos bi hwe me we na me ba Google na be search dia menye. E na omo ka se me ma maami no emom no fo me gina ho san maami no chese wo mfiom kra e na se ohun se ne skin no ahwenke ya na chese omo nidi na me ba no are baako ni ti na na ne da ho enti yes na afi me ra ho e na me yes ade ni nti me ye na me hwe videos na ka about for feeding e na me practicing me hu se oye very aggressive eti da no me hu kire me gina na mfifire tim be wa na and I realized that there be my funny mom bunti me de ne bo me bo e robe ne sa be 30 minutes na me chi na me di before bonyo ansa no ye calm na me di ne butu na me so ne nsa ne na ne de ne to me ka na say nesting box ni wansa na ne ma no enum na no ko numa no shake ne ho na o ma ye den omko ti ba ko oje ne nan no o de ne borre no wo baby ni ba ko ma onya bruises na moja fi ne ho nyina eba na quickly me san search wo YouTube say o de ne nails ne wo ne ma na adie na e ko sisa na den na meye na o se me twitwa ne borre no enwumre na mbetwitwa ne borre ni nyina se na metwa no betwa ko dipa na
Yeah.
afi aboy bleed matade nyina mu moja na me ho so na
You
quickly me
should
ko fa
have.
garlic
You shouldn't
na me
have
de
done.
garlic na aha ti me ko fa garlic na me de be fa ba bia e bleed ni nyina within seconds na bleed ni nyina ere stop it. So since then dey me na my for speeding na but say no me ko na me ni di agra na me de ne to a me nso ne nsa ne nan ni bio ono ama mo feeding ti ene kro fa chance me twari kire o na me nsa ne nam na chini ni trimu keke ne na so no da ho calmly no mo num but say ono akasa beda ho so mo menum de emfa na o page na box ni free
For
mu
how many days now?
3 days
Since all for 3 days now. So to me, more yet too stressful. They intend not to take care of their babies. So what we should have done is that next time, men yin Koran to form feed them. Just put her inside, leave her to be, then just be rubbing her back. The babies will do everything. I don't know what I'm saying. If what you are there, now
say say na me ye no very
mm-hmm.
first day no na me yi babies ni nyina but say dey me ma babies ni one box ni na me de ono
What?
na akoka ho na me robin echi
Joe send it. So next, okay. So apart from that, but just be observant. When we say you may think that he's not feeding them when they are young, like rabbit feed their babies like twice a day, early morning and late evening. So maybe the time you will come to the farm in the morning, you may think that the mother is not feeding them. But when you check the babies, you may see that their belly out, the belly near full. When it's like that, don't worry yourself anymore. It means he's feeding them.
but mostly no me kwa ni belly or mo belly no very flat
In the morning,
so because of that they say me check regularly 3 times daily
so what you do is that if for snow or feed or more, the next day in the morning, watch their belly and see. When it's still like that, you can still continue till their eyes open. Or money be pay, then you'll be you on one cassava for some. I mean, I'm not for. So
all right
and how will you also know 6 months? Okay, 6 months. He's supposed to
so
do what?
August you when you 1 year
Okay, so if we sound crossing a bioma, so what you do is that since it's only a one female pen hour, is that not
yeah
it?
yeah
What you do is that try and get another female.
hmm that's what I'm
So
trying
that,
to do another
so,
female and then
so
there
that if you are crossing them, you cross them at the same time. Then move at the same time. So that if he is still misbehaving, now I find a man at their mother, other one. Most of the time, all of them will not give birth with high liters. Some will give high liters, some will give lower liters. Then you give their babies to the mother. Now I so it means there's no way that animal will change his behavior. So you have to terminate that animal from your
mm-hmm.
breeding. The
Mm-hmm.
around that you will be stressed all the time.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah.
That was what I was actually planning to do
So you have to get another female
replacement
with this one. So when you are breeding them, you breed them at the same time. So that if he's still misbehaving that way, the only thing you may do is that or what then now adding the manner for other one. Then no je why you know through program no.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that is what that is how you I know never bother around that you be stressed all the time. Yeah, yeah.
Now that may also me from Omadi and Kwedi. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, but
And
for madam, we say what mu challenges, we say we see, who experience went, a buy in one how was your church room. But ye na ye the new ye na ye hear more. Ye hear more
but
pa.
the mistakes some of the new beginners do is that they think that it's so easy to keep them.
Okay.
That is the mistake a lot of people think. They think it's so easy. But if you really want to do it the right way, it is not something you can just get up and be doing. You have to learn the do's and don'ts on them. You see,
Well,
that is how it works. That is how it
well,
works. If you don't do it right, they'll also punish you. If you do it well, you enjoy them. Mhm.
well,
And it doesn't take much to do them to do what they're supposed to do. You just have to know them. You just have to know them. Yeah. Even omo yare kra, no one need to tell you that about we are, because when they are sick, they hide their sicknesses. So you have to know that about we are. Mhm.
for madam Pacho, your boss Kwame, or say what causes mothers to eat their babies?
The one thing I've realized is that some people say amanfoɔ mix wɔn feed in so many different ways. My home say bi so de ama ne ti saa kita school boys nam nkitenkete
Yeah.
ɛde from aduane mu, which is not good for them. We are showing the animal cannibalism.
Wow.
Yeah, we are showing them cannibalism because rabbits as omnivores, they eat only grass. So why are you introducing those things to his feet? So Uchern and Namu, which is not right. Two, if he doesn't feel safe, maybe on a pen no one, he doesn't feel safe. For him to protect his animals, his babies, thinking that he's hiding them, or what, if he's not feeling safe, or no dream so protect them or you. And two, if he's lacking something on their system, some of them they lack some minerals on their system, so they intend of they have a way of consuming the babies without even giving birth to them. You see, then they will break into their system gradual. So when so born but time you do our own or no so about in Korano. While consume their system have a way of breaking the babies,
Wow.
especially if he's lacking some minerals in their system. So that is why you always have to
Most
give them,
especially protein.
you always have to give them balanced diet and other stuffs, like moringa, the bitter leaves, and all those things. Maybe or bit me in a cage. Na maybe one crama or fee. Na nkrama ne po saa aboa no ɔnyɛ safe. Ebi ato me pɛn. Mede aboa bi baeɛ. Mede ne dan ne bɛn me kraman cage. Though my dog don't attack them, but he makes noise or barking, all those things. Mede no bae aboa no first time me crossing no or was still births. So I didn't understand. And I'm saying crossing no. Osan woyɛ na ɔwie nkwaraa no. I didn't understand. So I have to change his room. me change in the cage, you know. I wanna over 6 or crying, I lost only 3. Me lost it 3, and I got 3 no cramp, and none of me we know. So, or be against a one and a one, and now on your papa. Meanwhile, the fault was from me because not on free farm. So he was not used to crying. But more I no, I wore more my farm. They are used to the dog. They are not even scared of the dog. So no, me wash Ben's cage, you know. I want to be all right on your motion because he knows that is how. So yeah, cross near one as honest not to die.
Yeah.
Wow. So at times that is how we should also think about. And I'm one to be so natural they are bad. Oh yeah, and then you're bad.
Okay.
So the only thing which will save you that type of animal is that oh yeah, and start 2-3 times and keep on repeating. The only thing is to terminate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's it. Mr. Ferris.
Yeah, Mr. Charles.
Opening question, but you're quite.
Me so near form to say,
I mean, I don't book on about your monsoy.
Yamiadumo Boko.
Yamiasi. And then, any GMO opening a watcher Aqua Farms, Rabbitry, and in Sabacan, and Sakana, Jawaba Obecheche, Mukakra, inti se wo bibi e de dana semayo me gina so na wa kama na amaye.
Oh, yo, me that's it. Me that, na so ase. Say, wa church nsem no pa ma che say ate ase ya menka no ho. Na enuanu nyina owo so nyina mchia wo nyina omo enchechre eboa ma program no e course fine. Mr. Last, I think sir, this is the second time I'm Swabekasa Alpha, and I said I don't know whether the third time or second time. Akasa Alpha Rabbit. Na Rabbit no na make say yeah the next meet. So yeah I don't know how to describe it, but yeah if I say the next meter, it means Rabbit is going to replace a lot of meat within the system. This year, we know about poultry, we know about goat, sheep, cattle, and those kind of livestock. But very, very soon, rabbit will be competing with all those animals. Say, urema, also uremiye. Now, say a business. Now we are not just a hobby because it is going to take over. The reason is that people are looking for healthy meat. Now, yes, a rabbit is very healthy because it has less fat and cholesterol, and a white meat. So compared to other meat, we say chicken is white meat. So, very soon it is going to boom in Ghana. I mean, in other places, people are doing it. So last time catch us rabbit and every day will be frame say we rabbit.
Yeah.
Every day. So obi frame so we was sending my email. Mean you be cry ekasa fa or friend no or call South Africa. Also call set it up Rabbitry or South Africa. In the crack share my account once how the business can go. Ntinutum say a idea uncle for any then eba ho pa or say yes ye. But me keep it rabbit and right now no me must topic a crap. So but me keep it rabbit no what I realize is Unsena Mr. Dan and Mr. Dan can say if not Mr. Dan, but no Obi can say rabbit be a stubborn and not stubborn. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do about it. I'm telling you, there was one rabbit and I'm Charlie. You can't even get close to it. Very, very aggressive. Very, very aggressive, but not your boss. So, and with that, when that happens, you have to separate them. So that rabbit is not going to be a good mother. I will say, we separate it from the flock. So now treating it separately. So now one thing is I'm realizing is that says, okay, rabbit, I will stay rabbit here. Traditionally, no, Omomba hito, they don't come on heat traditionally. So we don't have heat period. Say, this time not by heat, this time not by heat, this time not by heat. Traditionally, they are not like that. So, but they can be mated anytime. So one share would be man qua now one share would need to move for about few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Now say one share Rebecca said the meeting hasn't occurred. So Rebecca said the meeting hasn't occurred, but in actual fact, not fat, but they be away. That is why after 14 days and I say be at 21 days, we are what we call palpating to find out, say, yes, if there has been conception. And yes, sir, you only be able to know, say, ABR or the Berman there was a successful mating. So, because normally, you will not see it. If I'm mistaken, I mean, Akon's rabbit, they have more experience than what I'm talking about. But me little experience, whilst I was rearing the rabbit and did a little bit of research, I realized that traditionally, they don't come on heat. So, but you can mate them at any time. Sometimes you may feel, say, they have not mated. But in actual fact, it has happened, but you didn't notice. So, and my sister no, or ebia oye na dream say, abuano, ebia no yem, but no, because it has already taken place. But if you practiced what we call palpating, or check in the abdomen, or if there's a little bit of embryos developing in there, and who say, okay, so there was a conception, and the animal, though is pregnant, and I said, Bibisa. I don't know if that bit to me, I church him, and I said, Nan bit to me, I church him, but cry also at my, that's, I mean, come on,
So first, yes, that's sure. Bye.
Yeah,
Mr. Dan,
palpation.
where you my own year in Kasai?
Yeah, palpation now can very, very important, especially if you have them for business, because time. Because young fan say, oh, if we made them maybe first week of August, in 2 weeks time, that will be 10 days, right? So 10 to 14 days. Me palpate almost 10 days. If you so 10 days, name here. This is 14 days. So if you don't know how to palpate, you over wasted the whole month. Now maybe abonanya. Now you were waiting that the abonanya. You see. But if you know how to palpate, for the palpating, if you don't have the experience, if you don't learn it, don't try it. Don't try it, because you can kill the babies and it can affect the mother too. Yeah. So if you don't know how to palpate, don't try. The only thing I may tell you to try is that within 10 to 14 days, you send the dough back to the back again. On your allow Beman man for that. Obey noise be to say akoko omo obi a okita rabbit pen on like saa noise no is unusual. Omo nyima no omo ya saa noise no. And most of the time our heater they are able to make those noise. But omo nyim pa na odi be ma saa man saa noise no omo ye. But some of them too omo deceive amanfo on nyim so be saa noise no. So I know 50-50. But the palpate no there, if you know how to palpate, it really helps. But rabbits don't come in on heat. They do come on heat. They do come on heat. If a mobile heater, some of them mobile heater, they become aggressive. Some too are, if some heater, over on the chance now, all the money again and the sign man. O man again or dika crab, you know, or done chance now to be.
Wow.
Yeah. So all those things, some of them, yeah, all the time. Some too are unbaheated. But all the number bear man now are heat. So, individual rabbit and individual characters. Yeah. So all these things you have to know it. You have to know it, and you really have to learn. You shouldn't think that it's just rabbit. It's so easy to keep them, Mr. Charles. And yeah, easy. And even with those we say we have the experience, day in and day out, we still learn. And one thing I want to put across is that rabbits are no more cheap. Rabbits, they are no more cheap. They are becoming expensive day in and day out. They are becoming very expensive. People are buying rabbits close to 4,000 per one.
But for domestic reasons, say a pet, and I say for breed, and I say just a meat, you know.
For breeding.
Okay.
Yeah, for breeding. Breeding are so expensive. If you really want good qualities rabbit, they are expensive. So if you want to start your farm, their feeding are no more cheap. They say I want to make us a more grass and corn. You will not get the required weight that you want. So if you are starting, think about all those things. Men just say yeah my rabbits, yeah you me anyhow. Nowadays it's no more like that. So
And Famadan, let me chip in small. Bano or production cycle now. Rabbits are prolific producers. They are one thing. Picking from what Mr. Felix was saying and what Famadan is saying, they are the same thing. But one thing I realize, most of them they don't come on heat. But I didn't remember crossing. Most often we get problems like what Madame Asantua is facing from those kind of mothers, because they are prolific breeders. Or the Bema, anytime, any day, it will allow the male to mount it. But they go through what we call stressful gestation because their uterus was not really ready to pick seed. So they might even give birth without even pulling fair. First sign the child say the babies now. The babies are cold and they are not strong enough. Is a sign that the mother is not willing to take care of the babies. And most often it comes through some of these gestation. And in order to get your rabbit to give birth to for you, obey a very good mother. No, you just have to look at the environment. said if Ramadan di can kind no. Ramadan jamboa we wom cat jamboa omo ha rabbit pa. Sometimes they scare them. I na me wo rabbit 2 be and also omo on the 13th. Omo nyina wo on the 10th by force. Because ejambo bi eko ye unnecessary noise be ewo cage na chi. So it frightened them and they gave birth instantly without any preparation. They gave birth instantly. Nti na Ramadan ka and Kramane other ones no. Uja ejinamwa so ye aboa ba kwa sa oben rabbit cage. Na so onye aboa no used to it obetumi aha no in terms of production no. But with their heat and ovulation period, it varies. It varies, but it is best to see that their vulva is pinkish red. That is when you see that they are very much ready for mating. Anytime you can mate them, but it is best to mate them when you see that their vulva is pinkish red. That is where we say they have turned on heat. And that's how you get good results from them. From that, you can continue.
Yeah. Mr. Charles, one thing true that as a farmer or as a rabbit keeper, because they give birth they give birth to a lot, you should have a breeding program. You just don't get up and breed your animal. Yeah. There are so many breeding obi or breeding line, selective breeding, or democratic inbreeding. Ebi say inbreeding is allowed, but to me, as a new beginner, I don't advise it. I don't advise inbreeding. So, to me, in a year, how many times do you want your rabbit to give birth? All these things, I say, me farm. Each and I'm having 50 doe unit capacity as at now, and I make sure that 50 doe unit, each one be within the year. I saw 4 times before the year ends.
Wow. 4 times.
4 times before the year comes to an end. And 2, I just don't breed them for breeding sake. I breed them to my demand. If I have a lot of animals for both meats and breeders, and my cages are full, then my breeders will relax. You see,
Okay.
don't just get up and breed them.
Okay. Wow.
Because if you overbreed them, if you are supposed to feed one doe, you end up feeding like 6 does
Yeah.
or 6 or 7 babies with their mother and everything. So you just don't get up, say, my boy, heat, I'm breeding. No. You should breed according to, and I do selective breeding. Obiane de yo me fa boy bi ankoma be ma bia I observe. Me pay we no we outcome na very good. Me pay we no we outcome na see. Me pay we outcome na this. Me pay we. That is how you're supposed to do.
Wow.
And yes, wa boy ba ita uchi na be ma bia na wa twe na man. Him obetuma wo alright, but babies no, their growth rate no, very slow. Ebi mo so wɔ hɔ pɛɛ ɔmo mmienu no a, ɔmo growth rate no, it becomes so quicker and nicer. And the faster they grow, the faster you can also sell out. So you should be all this thing. I also observe it. Me wɔ back bi wɔ hɔ no do baako. The first time me pay on the back. Ɔwɔ no ɔwɔ alright. But I will not pay them again.
Okay.
Why won't I pay them again? Because on Korano, on 1 year 3 months, but I'm sure my rate of growth now is not encouraging. So I will not pay them again. I will not pay them. I'll pay that though with a different back. So all these things you should watch it out. And that you be if you don't know all those things, you'll be frustrated. You'll be very, very frustrated. You have to have breeding plan. You have to have when to sell, when not to sell. You have to know which one you should, because there is a saying that I breed to improve. I breed because when you are breeding to improve. Not babies now, Benya, they should be better than the parents' stock. So that is how it is. Yeah. So, adwuma the topics in the OGH, yɛbɛtuma ayɛ topics episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, countless.
Mr. Charles, that is why our friend, that is why record keeping is very important now. Because because assuming so over 50 those now will make sure that they all breed 4 times in a year. Now only any records of that. How will you keep track? So
Inbreeding.
in the way any people na deal. Sometimes you have to have a digital friend and record keeping platform with me. I entered all those figures. So maybe you are able to track it.
Well,
So when don't you write it on paper so now if you do show so now they are away later you are confused and you can't find your data. Into the record keeping, kind of breeding program. If you are into breeding program, record keeping is very, very critical. And it's one piece you don't want to play with it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yo, abusuafo, mama ye Musa Famadan, baby owo, ne farm, ne contact, said we ya, yehia near ben na bibia ne so a yebekọ ne nchen for knowledge no. That's it. Famadan, mi pacho, baby our farm ne wo, o contact, any bibia say be ya, yebetimi a patronize on so me that's it.
Okay, Mr. Charles, I do back yeah, can yeah, rabbit farming. I forget to buy almost droppings, almost urine. See, Ghana, we are not typing into the rabbit industry very well. We are just looking at the meat, the breeder. That is all we always think about. But as me brother Kunakayana, rabbit farming is a gold mine. Seriously. If our leaders will support everybody, for everybody to see what is there, maybe this galamsey thing they are fighting about may even come down.
It's true.
I won't say maybe the galamsey will stop, but it may come down because we are dying nipa boni ninja or nipa boni. So we should look at the other side of rabbit farming. What is the other side? For like this, they are fair. Young fan say, if our leaders can even go to these Europeans, I can say, okay, this and this every year, we will supply you only rabbit fare. because Ghana has said we are wasting it. And once we come about with the gas and but it's another way of money for the farmer. Or more droppings, a very good organic manure. Their urine a pesticide at the same time a sign a manure. As at now, I'm doing a small project at my farm. What am I doing? I'm using only the rabbit droppings to grow ginger.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see how will the outcome be.
Wow.
You see, so I'm going to say, Obia, green sanyama we ho and our farmer bia nim say me rabbit droppings on kwampo I can sell and make money cry. He will not be eager to sell his rabbit. You see, but Ghana, we are not tapping into it fully. We are surface we are just touching the surface. Apart from their dropping, rabbit hair, nitino, internal organs,
Yeah.
other countries, that is what they use to manufacture dog food.
Meteor.
That is what they use to manufacture dog food in other countries. But we are not tapping into any of this. Obibeka say we don't have enough rabbit. Who tell you that we don't have it? If I know that there is a company looking for rabbit head and all those things, do you think I will not increase my
Production.
capacity, my production? I may even have a good stand to go to the bank and say, me will contract with this company. This is amount of animals they want me to supply them every week or every month.
So me
Man,
bacha o say abu a rabbit iti na ye dey a cat aduane.
dog food, cat food,
Dog food, cat food. Okay.
yeah, and internal organs no nyinaa. But ha nyinaa yɛtwe nyinaa egu. We are na wɔatu egu. Wow, so we are not
Okay.
touching much over it.
That's a good idea.
We are not touching any part of all those things. We are just wasting the animals. So that is what maybe yɛmpanyinfoɔ for maybe branches more according to we more. You can also start thinking of coming to set up maybe a dog food company. You are using only rabbit products because rabbit have a lot of protein, good protein. Maybe obi susu bɛdwen sɛ maame so set a factory na produce organic manure using only rabbits. And also upper machines na like yam in the powdered form just to show that the thing is working. Obi suspect my baba say me baba you see urine no yes say all those things value chain no. So just imagine Mr. Charles employ about 50 people. We employ about 50 people. We employ about 50 people. So because minimum say Mr. Charles need them a lot from me, I also will not be able to manage my farm alone. I can also employ about five or six people in addition. So yeah, also. So we shouldn't look at only the meat alone. The meat in there, that should be even the last desire that we should think about. But since because we don't know how to use all these things, we are all thinking about meat and breeders, and it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate.
Do
So
you
Kakra,
have training workshops for
we don't
individuals that
have it.
wants
We
to?
don't have it. We don't have like Ministry of Agri is having training workshop. No, individual basis. This will be person yeah, not offer me na mama na by me farm. Then I don't love theories. One thing about me, I don't love theories. Come and see the work. Touch udon saka abuane bi, abuane tiwa, abuane yesia. That is how you feel that okay, you are really coming to work. But to my kasi yes, you don't get to see much about it. But me, I love field work. I love theory. What I
Mhm.
see, I want to see it. Feel Gadochi. That is what I want to see. So once a while, someone will call you. You let her come to your farm. You train her like 2 3 days. But one thing that normal people don't realize that if I train you for those 3 days or 1 week, it's not enough. You still have to do what? Build relationship with me. Me, when I started my farm, the people that I built a relationship with them, they are still my godfathers. They call me at times when they need rabbit and they don't look at elsewhere. It's me that they call. If I have, I send it to them. If they done everything, I don't even chase them for their money because I have that trust with them. When they do everything, they'll send my money to me without me even asking them. So, me normal build this relationship. So, we a new beginner, not uti also so build the trust with your godfather. Obi o share o nene eh 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 o friend na nipa no boa keep no te sɛ ɛyɛ onyame no because anka wamboa wo a anka wondu baabi a woduiɛ no. So the people I learn my rabbit farming from them, I still hold them high and still I still respect them. Menka sɛ menim ne nyinaa, I don't know all. I still respect them. Farms farm is farms like this. Most farmers cannot go there and pick animals without even paying. But I can go there, pick any animal I want. And later, if I get the money, I send to them. And I'm to make a chum say, monkey pabuano, Miss Canivia. They will never sell that animal to anybody. But most farmers in Ghana cannot go to that farm and do that. Why? What? Didn't maybe to my I have built that trust with them, and they know my word is my word. You see, so every space that we find ourselves, we should be honest to each other. Obi to abo wo hokra. Not only sa abo na. Don't be shy to tell the person that I don't have. Men koton abo ni man because you need the money. So such as kakra me the best source no. And baby me wo Accra, Greater Accra, Teshinungua. My farm no on TikTok, farm no sound on Google Map. If you are driving by yourself, when you type down Rabbit Farm Ghana, it's on Google Map. You don't need to be asking anybody. The map will bring you straight to the farm. If you are using Uber, if you are using Boat, if you are using Yango, just type the farm name down Rabbit Farm Ghana. And over farm was straight. And what are my services? I do anything, but it's just that I don't go outside Accra because I can't leave my farm and go to somebody's farm because for now I am the only one managing my farm, so I don't go far away. If you want training, you can come, I'll train you. The only thing I take from you is that Obama, I'll give you water to drink, I'll give you malt to drink. So you are just paying for those two things. Me, my services that I'm even giving you, I don't think about it. because I felt like maybe I'm in me and or my so
Wow.
I don't also need to worry myself to say 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. No, I'm not into that because nipa no try me farming no one give me one city. So I also made it at a point that it won't be fair. Say will be actually I get free now also obey ya na o say obi ntwa si emma ba me kyerɛ wo wie a na wopɛ sɛ woma me bibi a fine. If you will not give me anything, nyame nhyira me no ɛsom bo ma me sen sika meda ase. ɛna me phone number so yɛ 0242 528476 0242 528476. That's the only number that I use. I don't use two phones. I use only one phone. And anytime you call, so far as I'm closer with the phone, I'll pick. If I miss the call, I'll return the call. And Mr. Charles, thank you for the opportunity. Nyankopɔn nhyira wo, ɔnhyira wo, ɔnhyira wo.
Tawada, Wama, I was saying, Gume, true, ye nipa, and Nasa, I own as a friend in a share. And me invite you on so one put one go hear the numbers here, SOS, a carry and son where they was FTA. I think say maybe share crack the SOS in share any numbers or crack is binti and can you be and so who are you and answer visa, but you accept it immediately say without hesitation. And from Sunday so yes I never share say and hopeful say this is not the end but just the beginning of a long-term journey. Yeah, they will wait to build something. And all kind of what the more business opportunity about and this platform a platform where every day business opportunities for who are willing to or intend to. Until I think say obi bi oba share video here chire bia no will get in touch. And when they get in touch now, make sure say betima boa ma enyina aye your government assembly ye be dey go chire because as us say your president ye be saa nyama we say. Now I prefer say ye be as individuals to prove ourselves say we are capable than say we say omo be a green light. Because when somebody give you a green light, they have the capability. So make myself I cross light, no must stop. I prefer say yeah be move than say we be make green light and say move. Yeah better say but yeah boss back home penny phone back on so abana na can be kakra bia na or be message be more and so person so be and sana yeah see. Boss amazing.
Yes, I was.
But yo me
Just so open a guess here. Ohene.
okay.
Nyame adom.
Yeah, and then the buy no. They say finally a livestock business with my control of a small budget. Yeah, all the small budget and can you problem. But yeah, no, I can hear me. Oh.
Anyaho.
To make job work, sir, boss.
Yo, I wish I for me that pa. Boss, ya say uwonim die na woni afoforo che. Na we ne hia sene nneɛma bebree a yɛyɛ amfaso ni so. Making ebi kura de omu ta yard foforo. But what say adagye no say no kama ya kasa wa say no say no. Na waje adagye na one ye che nim die we. Ya da se nyam kopon hyira wo. Etere bia ase ne watu abodu agunsuo mu no. Unhu sunsun so. Nso ubehu say ebeche one day obi beka say papa bi ena this adwin we to me to bia na wan kan kyerɛ na me te kyerɛ din na nse nyina program na ya na me dwane pa na kyerɛ bia na me maso ma mo nya yi ebi ho ma na me back door na me tie ne de eko nti nyame hyira wo ye nyina no ye besua be ye nneɛma nkakra na bebi a ɔka sɛ nka aban no enlo bi na outside nka yɛmfa nkɔ hɔ no boss yɛnso yɛhia wɔ ha o nti I think sɛ education yɛn na wɔsɛ educate yɛ ho mo na yɛn produce te sɛ na yɛ produce yɛ kooku a na yɛde akɔma ɔmo wɔ hɔ ne ayɛ nkoa no dabi ɛne deɛ nti nka yɛ encourage yɛn nkorɔfoɔ no sɛ nea yɛyɛ produce no yɛndi sɛ nka yɛn saa nka nyɛ sɛ bio toothpick kora yɛkra firi obi man mu ɛde ba ha no so ho nti yɛma yɛni so nea yɛn yɛwɔ no a Ghana population nya agorɔ nti sɛ nka Ghana yɛn nyinaa yɛka sɛ yɛbɛgyae nkokɔ a yɛkra firi amɔnɔne amaama nso de ba Ghana ha no na yɛdi nea yɛn yɛwɔ yɛyɛ ne yie na yɛn yɛdi a I think sɛ nka yɛn ankasa koraa bɛtumi abɔ yɛn ho bra dan sɛ yɛ produce akɔ akɔma bio outside no though yɛyɛ na abundantly ɛdɔɔso na sɛ ebu yɛ so a yɛbɛma obi bi so nti me de ma encourage obi a sɛ sɛnea yɛ senior man bɛka sɛ rabbit ɛno no yɛka the next meter cholesterol no yɛ low na ɛyɛ ma nipadua I think sɛ ɛno na ɛwɔ hɔ nti no ma encourage obi a sɛ yɛn patronize yɛn ho mehia bi a mɛfrɛ wo mehia nimdeɛ mɛba wo hɔ mehia ɛnyɛ sɛ mehia nkasa nti no ne ayɛ ne deɛ yɛn nyinaa bɛto akyew na yɛyɛ nneɛma wankɔn na afei yɛhwɛ ne yɛbɛkɔ mekyɛ obi biara senior comment mentimi hu sɛ ne ɔwɔ so a senior post baako pɛ megyiri so wɔ akyire
wɔkyerɛ wɔ amante but ɔba ɔbɛkyia wɔ akyire
aha metwa sɛ mɛte ne nka sɛ na mada nti nɛ menya nnae
na amazing best nyane ana
ose
sunyane ana
onu anka meba na ne ayɛ no deɛ sunyane mantimi nneɛma bi akyekyere me nti mantimi amanti no agye sɛ biribi akɔ so wia no mato ama ne yɛn
yati
yɛbɛhwɛ mo live okay iti deɛ mewɔ no yɛbɔ akyire ho din yɛsua deɛ yɛfa no 11 nso bɛka sɛ yɛsua paa yɛda ase senior
yo yɛda ase boss nti famdan mebakyɛw sɛdeɛ ɛsiteɛ no wahu sɛdeɛ ɛsiteɛ hopeful sɛ wo nso ba w'ani agye by time goes on ebia na patronize no nyɛ immediate but all practice seed no way mu until it's time of gestation as a germination everything will be out one day every time be away
Mr. Charles, yeah, to me all is not about you coming to talk and someone will call you that yes mom Tina. We accept some of these things. All say yes, me ubo be now and Alma obi wa maybe also he doesn't even know what to do about his life. You see, maybe what we are talking about Sisiano, as obi adwin, asisa obi abrabo. Wow, obi wa ha odwin say like one kwa you obi edwuma ono ntimi ye ne je kakra. Bae nyina yɛka bom a ewiase no ɛbɛyɛ soronko. Wow, Mr. Charles, na mewo a mene embro deɛ akɔs wa na meso mewo a mene mbra akɔs deɛ. So ɛma ewiase no bɛyɛ dɛ ɛna ɛsan bɛma ewiase no obi ntan obi because deɛ ɔwɔ no mewo bi. me a common de me. So and here say me be me ni be bro. So obi be say we are doing marketing. But I always tell people say the impact we before we free we are impact ben na why I will be a brabom. Ya boldin ya den na ya boldin ka ya papa na ya bone. Wow. So yeah, to me we are sika yeah. But me life we me tia say money is good, but everything is not about money. Relationship are very, very important to me than money. Yeah. So me very, very happy say my share our my brabum and will be of course like first time me share like you think like we know ourselves for a long time. It's been there like that forever. I'm going to say, no. Me call Kumasi, na me ni baby, I'm a bed, me ni hotel, Sikakra. Oh, of course, Charlie, me walk Kumasi. Me accommodation for a night or two. Of course, on your baby, Mamma cry. Or which my guest house be a mamma, Mamma Ada. Bank or buy me life. Me, yene, ayaka, dear. Me do my so cry, mean to me kind of dimple, my friend. So to me, relationships are very, very important to me. Then this maybe you don't want me to be your friend. Then and also so there maybe I treat me home boko. Because you're for sad down for. So nyame sure Mr. Charles. No shine na or your labor your combine na and yakwa. Ebesi na ye. Amen.
Amen. Ebusuafo yedi besia na nyame adom a wo hwɛ wie na na nso apase video na mo foforo no aka chen so mo modin so behwɛ kwa wie because e bia ka say ahyase no so boring but e wie no e won so na opportunities so ɛhɔ but wo hwɛ ase frɛ wie to wie na you have the key to start and to decide what you want to do with your life. See you in the next video.
And Mr. Charles, anytime you need my service, 24/7, we are there.
Wow. Really appreciate it. Yeah. And hopefully also say we are going. Only heaven know where we are going.
I
believe in that, Now my test but now my dream so or the worst now what test, At the moment now your mom aware of that the test, then it need to be there more than a song for me. Sure. It's a pledge, it's a motto, it's everything. And so when maybe you don't seek approval before you move. And destination be a distraction because unim baby awoko. Sometimes the water may not be clear, it may be turbid, but say why you willing so be swimming because you want to reach the other side of the river. I mean sure be hopeful say a video at my making part at least one of maybe one of them. And you, bye-bye.